Yeah. Good morning to everyone online. Before you is Dr. R. Deepa, Assistant Professor Computer Science, NGM College. I feel the vibrant team spirit of the participants for the last 3 days, and I'm happy to welcome you all for the 4th day session of the FDP organized by Computer Science Department, NGM College. Our today's guest, Mrs. Sandra Shamir Almeida, Assistant Professor of Commerce, Viva College of Arts, Commerce and Science. Needless to say, she has presented and published 4 international and 3 national papers in journals with high impact factor, such as 4, 5, and 7. She has also attended about 10 FDAs and 50 national and international seminars and workshops. She is a versatile personality with 16 years of rich experience in 10 different subjects. She is a person with jolly nature and positive attitude. Teachers are everyday learners, and I hope and believe knowledge is enriched when it is shared. I'm happy to welcome you, ma'am. Please take over the session.
And thanks to Kanagraj sir for inviting me as a guest speaker in this webinar. Teaching is one of the noblest profession, as you know. And if you are a teacher, you are blessed. You have got an opportunity to serve the society.
Good morning, ma'am.
As you know, there are generations and generations of students who are passing in front of us. And like a railway ticket master, we are sitting there and we can see each and every person in front of us. They are coming, taking admissions. They are been promoted to another level and then they proceed. And we are still there looking at their progress. My dear friends, if you had chosen teaching as a profession, then you are a blessed one. You are here to serve the generations. Today, I would put in my 15 years of experience and I would take you to my journey of teaching. And those who are not teachers, those who are not academicians, they can link this with their life because a teacher and a person is a lifelong learner. Today, my topic is redefined role of a teacher in new millennium. Let's start with the words of Father of Nation Mahatma Gandhi. The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. And as a teacher, we are serving the nation. The nation is in our hands. The students who are the future of this world is in our hands. And we, as a teacher, what is our duty? To guide them, to inculcate manners in them, values in them, and to form their character. So we are going to serve students and serve the future generations of this world. Education, my dear friend, is a most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world, says Nelson Mandela. How we are going to change the world? How is it a powerful weapon? As we know, as the proverb says, pen is mightier than sword. Everybody knows about that. We can make somebody's life and we can break somebody's life by just using few words. If you use positive words, we can make somebody's life. And teachers should always remember that we need not break somebody's heart by using slang language. But if we think twice before we teach, or think twice before we use some words, we will definitely create good world for others. So what is education? Education is nothing, my dear friends, but it is a positive change in behavior. And if we want to bring positive change, we need not scold others. What we have to do? We have to use this powerful weapon. By using good words, positive words, we can motivate somebody, we can create life of somebody. The future of this world is in my classroom. People, if you're not teacher, not an academician, then to try and understand that even in our daily life, what we do, we are impacting many lives at our place. There are somebody or the other who are imitating us. So we can create their life by creating our own character. To inculcate manners in other, we have to inculcate the same manners in us first of all. Then only you will be able to have positive impact on somebody else's life. And teacher is impacting many of them. Education is not the learning of facts, but the training of mind. If you just want to learn the facts, lots of information is available in internet. But what you have to do is to train them what to take, what not to take. It's a training of mind. There are lots of data available, and data may be good data or a bad data. Data may be required for you, data may not be required for you. So we should train our students, our future generations. Even you are a normal human being, your youngsters, your children's, ask them to find only those data, how to find that data which is necessary. Prepare them for the same. Prepare them to select only good data. What is bad, what is good should be differentiated. There are only two options, my dear friends. Either you make progress or you make excuses. Whatever may be your field. I am talking about teaching, but you connect it to your fields too. There are only two options. Either you can make progress or you can make excuses. To make progress, you need to strive hard. You need to practice yourself. You need to develop various skills in yourself. Then only you can improve on your skills, improve on your confidence. And that's what you can bring in your students. Imagine a teacher coming late in the class and expecting students to come early in the class. Take the example of day-to-day life. You are expecting your children to get up early. Your youngsters, younger brother, younger sister, you're asking them sleeping. What an example you are setting in front of them. To set a good example, you yourself should inculcate certain practices. Continuous improvement is better than delayed perfection. If you want to improve yourself, take a small step. Take step by step and proceed towards perfection. Rather than never landing towards perfection, it's better to start now, today itself, now itself. But how you can do that? I would give an example of Japanese people. They are progressing so much on their technologies. How this is possible? This is possible because every day they take small steps. They don't go for bigger steps. They go for small steps. And these small steps, suppose today you are starting reading. Make it a point. Every month if you are reading even one book, in the year there are 12 months. So you are ready with 12 books. So make a small difference in your life. Inculcate at least one skill within yourself. Today, the time is such that we are going through COVID-19 lockdown. And in this lockdown, many people feel that this is a challenge for them. But friend, this is not a challenge. This is an opportunity put forth before you to sharpen your axe. You have to sharpen your axe. Why? This is the time to sharpen your axe. When you were working, you are saying, God, please give me some time break. I really need it. Every day going to the job and doing the same routine. I want to change. And today, when God has given you a change, what you are saying? That I am in lockdown. Why you are crying? India is such a rich country. Just try and remember about Mahabharata. Just try and remember about Ramayana. They were also having a lockdown period in their life. In Mahabharata, Sri Krishna, God Sri Krishna, what life he had. He was given birth in jail. The jail was created. That was even a lockdown. Take an example of Prabhu Ramachandra. What happened? At that time, when he was about to rule the kingdom, in the same time, he was asked to go for 14 years of lockdown in his life. But they never complained. Why should we? We should take it as an opportunity. Sit at home, study something, genuinely have some time with your family to improve on your relations. Give some time to your children, play games with them. Can't we take it as our opportunity? So now, let's go through some soft skills which we can develop in ourselves, in our students, in our family members. But to develop it in others, we should first have in ourselves. So we should have skills like leadership skills, where the basic important thing is decision making and risk taking. Today, people are getting quantity of marks and then they come out with some degrees and they work for somebody else. Why can't we create entrepreneurs? Let them take the risk. Let them make decisions for themselves. Today, even at the age of 25 and 35, people are depending on their parents. They are not at all independent. We are earning money, we are keeping for them, but what life we are giving them? They can't even make decisions for themselves. Help them to take decisions for themselves, my dear friends, in your family too. In some or the others, take a small example. You're painting your house. Your children's room can be painted by their own choice of colors. This is the first step where they will take the decisions. Let them make a choice for their food for that day. Let the previous day, we should make a list and ask them, what is your choice? Make one choice for either breakfast or lunch, and other choices will be made by other family members. So do some such activities wherein we can inculcate decisions. Even teacher can do lots of such things in class by giving them group discussions, by asking questions from them, by involving them in some activity. Then we can develop commitment between them. But how the commitment can be developed? If you yourself are dedicated and committed, whatever you promise, if you complete it in the same time limit, try and complete it, because that will set as an example in front of your youngsters. We are somebody to guide them. And if we set wrong example, they are wrongly channelized. Then creativity is utmost necessary, and even team player. So you need not divide and rule. You need to bring them together. Give certain examples, day-to-day examples. Make certain involvement in games wherein their team spirit is developed, and even the creativity. You show them one way. Suppose a mother is showing how to prepare a cake, and give them various options, how to make a chocolate cake, what has to be added, and then let them come out with some innovative ideas. In the same way, if you are a teacher and you present a paper before them, ask them to select different topic and help them, guide them in collecting the information, analyzing it, and then presenting it. Take lots and lots of demos from them, mocks from them, get themselves ready, prepared for the life. There should be a time management, my dear friends. Everything has a time limit. Suppose you're completing your graduation, but not within a stipulated time. You may lose years and years, which you could have used yourself for earning money for your family. So there is a time limit, and we should follow this time limit. For this sake, start from your house itself. Whatever you do, set your schedules and try to follow that schedules. Never break that. In this way, you can inculcate the same habit in your students. Then the communicating skill. We can communicate well. Everybody can communicate well. But the new language makes a difficulty because there is lack of vocabulary. So what you have to do? Improving your skill. If I want to learn French, I should keep on speaking in French. If I want to learn German, I should. Suppose in German they say for good morning, they say Guten Morgen. I meet some new persons in morning, I should make an attempt to speak to them, tell them that this is the meaning of Guten Morgen, that is good morning, and help them to learn that. And then we can use the same words with them again and again. So if you want to develop, make that language your mother tongue. Use it daily and you will be used to it. You will have lots of vocabulary like that. If you never use it, you will fall lack of vocabulary. And finally, a teacher should be flexible enough. Why a teacher should be flexible? Because a teacher is somebody who inculcates habits in her students. Being flexible means taking decisions as per situations. Certain times students are late. A teacher should not punish them, but for an sake of example, I would say there are two students who are late in the same day. They came at same time, but teacher asked Ram to leave the class and go back to home. And Sham was allowed to sit in the class. When the teacher was asked, hey, why you are partial? At that time, teacher responded, I'm not partial. What I did was a right step. I could justify because the person who was sent back home, he was late since last 10 days. I had allowed him to sit in the class for last 10 days and this is the 11th day that he is late. So he is not ready to change and that's why I punished him. But the other person, he is late for the first day. So I am helping him to sit in the class. I am giving you one more chance. The 9-10 chance were given to the first person. So same chance I should give this person. So you should be able to justify yourself. There should be flexibility in your nature. Sometimes you feel that person is wrong. First try and talk to them. Maybe there is some family problem. Maybe there is some background problem. So you need to be flexible enough in your work. My dear friends, seek respect, not attention, in your life, in your classroom as a teacher. If you forcefully bring their attention, that will not last longer. You have to develop respect for you. How? First, you give respect to them whenever they are wrong. Point out to their mistake, but talk to them personally. Never insult them in front of their friends. And in this way, slowly and gradually, you will seek respect. And this respect will last longer. Even though if some or the other day you scold them, they will not feel bad. Because at that time, the rapport between you and them must have been developed. There will be a mutual understanding. So to build this mutual understanding, you have to go a long way. Children have never been a good listener, my dear friends. But you know, they are good imitator. They imitate you. So try and bring forth your good points. If you are a teacher, if you're a parent, what you have to do, if you are a senior even, you can set better example in the minds of others. How you are going to set the better example? You yourself inculcate the same. If I want my class to be on time, what am I supposed to do? First, you yourself should be in time in the class. So in this way, you can inculcate various habits. If I want that nobody should say a lie, then you yourself first do that thing before preaching that thing. And in this way, you can get the nature or you can get the character as you want. To form a character, first you should build your strong character. Today, it's a high time. The redefined role says that you yourself should improve on your skills, on your character. You should build a brand. Today is a digital day. Today, people are becoming techno-savvy. Try and build your brand, my dear friends. Intelligence plus character, that is the goal of education. What is education? According to me, somebody says that it is a change in character, but according to me, it's a positive change in character, my dear friends. If you learn positivity, then it will be shown in your character. Not only intelligence, not only getting marks, not only getting degrees are sufficient. Even Kasab had a good degree. But then what's the use? What he came to India and what all things he had done is all before you. So, as a teacher, we should set always a positive impression. And that's why, not only in school or college, not only at your working place, but in your house, in the society, everywhere, try and be pleasant, humble, show empathy towards others. And that's the way you make your character, you build your character. And if you have strong points with you, strong skills, strong characters, what will happen? Nothing, but you can build your image, and that can be displayed in today's social media. Steve Jobs says, if you don't love it, you are going to fail. Yes, my dear friends, today we should have dignity of labor. Don't say, students, that you should be a doctor, engineer, entrepreneur. There are lot many jobs and lot many businesses. They can do anything. But first thing is they should learn dignity of labor. They should respect each and every job. Even though you are sweeping a floor, sweep in such a way that 10 people will ask, who is the sweeper? My God, the tiles are shining so much. And this you can create an impression by setting an image of yourself, by setting an example. So you have to love whichever job you are in. And if you are a teacher, you should love your job the most. If you are a teacher, you are blessed. You love your profession. You love your subject. That's your subject. That's your passion. And that should be reflected in your teaching, in the way you prepare yourself. A teacher can't just go to the class without preparation. So if you don't want to fail, prepare yourself. Be thorough with your subject. And day before going to the class, set yourself from where you're going to become, how you're going to introduce. You can creatively introduce. Suppose it is some topic like advertising. You can go with a slogan and ask the students to guess the slogan is related to which ad. Suppose you are saying pa para pa para ra ho shuru har din aise. This was a slogan related to coffee ad. Students will guess that. And there is the point of achievement in their mind. They feel confident that they are able to guess. Today, the very famous ad was Lifebuoy. Tandurusti ki raksha karta hai Lifebuoy. So once you say the slogan, the students start shouting, ma'am, it is Lifebuoy. So these tiny minds have to be trained in such a way. Even you have youngsters at your place. Ask them little simpler questions. And if they are able to answer, then go to the highest level. In this way, you can gain their confidence. You can motivate them. Suddenly don't put before them a high level question. You are master in your field, but when you are training the youngsters, give them a chance to win. Even though you fail, but still you are successful in creating a confidence in them. And teacher has this duty forever. Look for the good in every situation. See, if we check 5 fingers of our hands, they are never the same. Some quality is more, some quality is less. We have to find out good qualities in them. They may be good at sports. They may be good at cultural activities, dancing, singing, writing articles, presentations. Some are good at studies. Some are good at cooking, and channelize accordingly. Even your family members. Don't force them to become engineer or doctor. Let them be what they are. Never compare them with others. Look for good in them, and you will be a lot happier in your life. Because if what they are not and you are trying to make it, then it will create a mess of their life, as well as you will also land into tension and depression because you are not successful to make them stand there where you want to. see their qualities, accordingly guide them. Our reaction to a situation literally has their power to change the situation. In every situation, whether it is negative, today, lockdown, 95% people are taking it negatively. But still there are 5% people who are trying to improve on their skills. They are sitting before webinars, listening webinars, getting themselves updated. Daily they are reading something or the other, whether it be newspaper or good books, like The Rich Dad, Poor Dad, like Jonathan Livingston Seagull. Read such books which will motivate yourself. And if you yourself is not motivated, how can you motivate the youngsters, the future generations? My dear friends, the sign of person who has an education, what is the sign? What is the main difference between uneducated and educated? The main difference is good manners. We have to inculcate good etiquettes, but first we should have. Suppose if somebody is shouting at me and I'm shouting back at them, what is the difference between me and them? You should remain calm and you should be able to put forth your points. Screaming will not bring a difference. If you want to bring difference, what you have to make is set a good example. Explain them properly. Be cool. Be at ease. If you are true, you need not scream. Your point will be true, will come up one or the other day. It's a choice to put in the hours, go that extra mile. Everybody has to go extra mile in their life. If we are not trying to improve, then we are stuck at same place. And if the water is stuck at same place, it becomes stagnant. Always try and improve. The difference between the animals, wild animals, and the social animal, you know, human being is a social animal. So the difference is of brain. Use that brain. Develop that brain. Develop in such a way that you will never forget anything, even at the age of 75. Brain never goes dull, but you stop using it. And when you stop using it, it also stops remembering. Always train your mind to remember. Be alert. There is no growth in comfort zone. So always try to grow. Leave your comfort zone. If you are in comfort zone, you cannot grow. And if you are ready to grow, then you have to leave your comfort zone. My dear friends, a good teacher can inspire. I said, you have to gain respect. Respect, you can't gain it in force. You have to set examples in front of your students' life. Be their friend. Be a philosopher. Be like a guide. Mentor them. Counsel them. And in this way, you will definitely inspire them. If you are right in what you do, people do make mistakes, but then try and accept that mistake and try to change that. Whenever you are outside house, you set an example before your students. They may meet you any point of time, at railway station, in your area, somebody may be in your. So your reaction to the situations always have impact on them. So teacher should always think twice before enacting, even parents. If they are shouting, if they are using slang language, how can they expect their children that don't use slang language? What type of language you are using? But if parents themselves don't use such language, are the students will dare, the children will dare to do so? No. So you have to set that example. And that's why you can inspire them, you can create, ignite an imagination in them, and you can make them love learning. But you yourself should be learning. If you use to learn 3 to 4 hours a day or one book in a week, then same, you can discuss with your students that last week I had read this particular book and this was a message from that book. So in this way, you can showcase what you are doing and they will imbibe you. They will try to enact just like you. My dear friends, a good teacher is like a candle. It consumes itself to light the way of others. One more thing I would like to add here. A teacher can lit the other candles, the students, but for that sake, teacher herself should lit herself. If you are not lit, if the candle don't have a light, how can we lit others? So create your character, improve on your skills in this lockdown period. That is your redefined role. Improve on whatever you want to do, and that was not possible when you were doing a job. This is the time to get hold of those skills and improve on yourself. I call my students my kids, because in our year together, they aren't just kids of my class, they become a part of my life. We are working for 6 to 8 hours in a company and for about 5 to 6 hours in a school, college. So we are spending more time not with our children or youngsters, but our students. If you're working in a company, you're spending more time with your colleagues, with your boss, with your subordinates. You be good to them. You should have good rapport. Take that as your family, and you will never destroy them. Imagine you are doing this thing where your children are supposed to go, other school, other college, even they are reacting the same. This world will become paradise. Don't think about others. You start doing it yourself and see the change in the world. Even if everybody starts thinking like this, the day is close when this particular world itself will be a paradise. You need not search for another paradise. My dear friends, a person who never made a mistake never tried it. So if you are doing mistakes, don't be scared of mistakes, because every mistake will give you some experience, and experience is the best teacher. The tongue has no bones, but it is strong enough to break a heart. So if you are using prestigious comments, be careful. Use positive comments. You are good. Well done. You can do it. And you will make somebody's life. Nobody is superior, nobody is inferior. But they are not equal either. Everyone has their own equal quality. Try to find on that quality and try to develop that quality in that particular child, youngster, my dear friend. Education is not a preparation of life. It is a right life itself. Education is from experience. What is education? A positive change in behavior. So to bring a positive change in behavior, you will not wait till the end. That is not a journey. That is not a destination. I'm sorry. That is a journey itself. Education is life itself. So you should keep on learning at every moment of time. And this is a lifetime to learn. If you're a teacher, you have to learn MOOCs, Moodles, how to develop e-content, how to make use of model technology. At this time, I would say, student would be a teacher to you. They are techno-savvy. Take their help. Don't be shy to take their help. Take their help. Ask them how to use different facilities available in technology, different programs. And with their support, you go ahead. They will also have a feeling of achievement. So don't feel bad that you are taking students' help. Everybody or the other is teacher some or the other time. We also have created our life by imitating others. Even sometimes we like for students and we too imitate them. So learning from them is not bad. You can learn from anybody. Just make it a point that you are learning the right thing. There are only two education. And 90% people, they give you first type of education, which is called one should teach how to make living, how to make livelihood, how to earn for their family, how to get degrees, how to score marks. But today, what we are lacking is previous Gurukul system type of learning, wherein we used to inculcate values. Today, no teacher is bothered about inculcating values. 90% of them are not at all bothered. Not even parents. As an elders, we are supposed to inculcate values. So it's how to live. Life is a journey. The destination is good, but to reach that destination, we should prepare ourselves. And that's why you should teach them how to live. If they lose their job, they go for suicide. They attempt suicide. Is this the life? Train them. Life is much more beautiful. Train them for living the life ahead with the problems. Problems will be there. If there is day, there is night. But remind them that after every night, there will be another day. Let them prepare for that. Difficult roads often lead to beautiful destinations, my dear friend. If you want to go to the destined place, or if you have some ambition, you have to take some efforts for achieving that. If you take efforts, you will be successful in your life. And as you know, the destinations are always beautiful. There is no security on this earth. There is only opportunity. Life is not at all secured. Imagine that there is no COVID-19 case. Still we are unsecured. Anytime God may ask you to come up. Anytime you may have to leave your body. Do you have any control over it? No. Anything can happen any moment of time. So let's be prepared for that. Don't curse God or universe. This is a time for us to sharpen our axe. Please, daily or weekly or monthly at least, inculcate one habit within you, which you want in others. And then inculcate the same in your family and as a teacher in your students. Day by day, they will go on improving. 12 months a year. So 12 habits in a year, even though you have one in month. And then if you have 4 years, so accordingly, your habits, your skills will go on improving. And this will go on adding to your brand. So to make that brand, first you should inculcate certain things in you. First, you should make your position in such a way that you need not run behind money. Money will come behind you. My dear friends, successful people are not gifted people. They are just work hard. I will say, rather than working hard, they should do smart work. Then they will succeed for their purpose. Challenges are what make life interesting. Imagine a challenge. There is no problem. Every day getting up, doing the same routine, coming back from the office, having food, sleeping. Is there any change? To make it interesting, there should be some hurdles where you can feel the point of achievement. Yeah, there was a problem and I defeated that problem. That will be a matter of commitment. You need to be dedicated at your work. Think twice. Search for solutions. Failure is not when you fail or when you could not find a solution. Failure is when you accept that failure and you don't go for other options. Always try to learn from the situation. Overcoming them is what makes life meaningful. The universe, the God, puts before you a new challenge and science come out with how to solve it, the solutions. Even the same teacher should do. And every time, teacher need not give the solution. Show them one solution and give them a chance to find the solution for some other problem. In this way, you will develop a problem-solving attitude in your youngsters. Your degree does matter in this material world because with that degree, you are going to get a job. But in actual, the Kasab was also having a degree, but still, he set a bad example in the world. Bin Laden set a bad example. So degree does not matter. It is just a piece of paper that is necessary for your job. But for your character, for your brand building, what is necessary is your behavior. How you behave with others, how you tackle the situations, how you handle the people. Human relations is of utmost necessary. Never stop learning, because life never stops teaching. It will give you different positive and negative examples, and you should learn with them. Whatever positive comes to you, whatever positive strengths you are having, develop your strengths. And if you are having weakness, try to reduce that weakness. In the open world, today COVID had brought opportunities as well as threats. Try to face the threat and try to grab the opportunity, and that's how you will succeed. And same, developing your youngsters. The problem is not in identifying the winners. There are many people who identify winners. Then where the problem stands is to find out the winners from the ordinary people. Teacher have to strive hard to make the ordinary people a winner just by giving positive comments. Give them simple questions. As they answer, pat their back and say, yes, you had done it. And then bring them to next level, a little higher level question. Give them some time to prepare. Give them some chapter to prepare, and let the group of students come to your class and teach each other. Share their views, their opinions. In this way, they will come out with their points. They will start talking in class, and a leadership quality is already built in them by standing in front of class, talking to them, explaining their point of view, giving examples. So they are developed in many of their qualities in this way. See, today's situation, it may be same with teachers as well as with other people in the company. Everybody has started working from home. So teacher, see how she is in difficult situation. This picture portrays us that a teacher is busy finding out material for creating videos, using cartoons, and students see how he is studying. He's sitting, he's sleeping almost in his bed, and there he is trying. See the situation. Now teachers are striving hard, and students easily they can learn at home at their own pace. Anytime if they feel they had forgot, they can again replay the video and they can see your lecture. You will have to take efforts in the beginning. But suppose today I am creating a particular lecture, and that syllabus is there for 5 years or maybe 10 years. The same video I can replay. Or if I want, I can make some of the changes, other changes here and there. But major task I had done in the first year itself. So you're putting in efforts that will help you in the immediately coming years. That is definitely going to help you. So be ready to help your youngsters. Take out some time, develop e-content, develop certain games for them, whatever is possible, learn. Because you are always in a learning stage. Teacher is always a learner. There are various roles of teacher which are shown in this particular pic on this slide. But what I would like to stress is counseling. The best job of a teacher is a counselor. Try and listen to others. If you don't know how to talk, what to talk, forget. Just listen patiently. Don't talk in between. Let everything come out of their mind and they will become fresh. People need somebody who can listen to them. Today as a teacher, we are talkative. We talk and talk and talk. But sometimes take out time to listen to others. When you listen, things happen. The other person who is talking to you, they will share their views and they will become free. And on your part, something you will learn from their experience, whether it be negative or positive, but you are gaining a knowledge when you listen to them. People put their experience. I don't know how many years experience it is. So I would also suggest you to read at least one book in a month, because the author who is writing the same has an 15 to 25 years of experience of his life, and that experience he's putting onto book. So one of the best friend of yours should be book. It will never complain to you, never fight with you, but will fill you with good knowledge. And that's what a teacher has to do and has to develop in our students. Today, students are busy watching videos, going through WhatsApp, Facebook. Ask them to use the media itself. On that, audio videos are also available for books. If they are not interested in reading, at least they can listen to it, they can see the video. And in this way, they will definitely gain years of experience in frequent of time. Suppose you read a book in 1 hour. In 1 hour, you are getting the experience of the whole life of that author, which he is putting into. That's why learning should be the best weapon you should use. If mind is a power, learning is superpower, my dear friend. The art of teaching, as we know, teaching is an art, but the art of teaching is the art of assisting discovery. You need not bring solutions to students. Ask them to come out with solutions. Give them easy tasks and ask them. Give them some games to play, and from that, make them learning possible. I remember in my B.Ed, we had to create a creative lecture, innovative lecture. At that time, after giving my lecture, at the end, I took dumb charades. That means some people, two groups were made. One was acting. The point which was given to him, he took one point and he was not speaking to anybody, just he was acting and showing what the point was. And the other team has to guess what the point is. So make them learn from games like dumb charades. Make them learn from slogans that I had asked, that I had told you previously. And my dear friends, dream big, because unless and until you dream, you are not putting on your ambition. You cannot schedule yourself and you cannot make a timetable for yourself. So dream big so that you can proceed to achieve that dream. Work hard, especially work smart by creating mnemonics. What is mnemonic? A code word. Suppose there are 9 points. Create a code word like I.C. Tom Walter, I for innovation, C for corporate image, T for team spirit. In this way, you can make their learning easy. If people are not used to code words, link the points that if you get job, you will get money. If you get money, national income will increase. National income increase, per capita income increases, standard of living increases. Relate your present point with the previous point. Knowledge is always put on a hook. If there is no previous hook, how you are going to hang your new knowledge? Imagine you're putting a calendar on your wall. There should be some hook. And what is that hook? That hook is your previous knowledge. If you know ABCD, you can form words. ABCD was previous knowledge. What is the new knowledge? You can make students learn words like cat and rat. And once you know cat and rat, now this is a previous knowledge. You can move forward to new knowledge, that is creating a sentence like cat ate the rat. So always relate with their previous points. Take some time. Before starting your lecture, take 5 minutes to revise the previous lecture. And after ending your lecture, keep 5 to 10 minutes so that you can discuss whatever you had taught in the class and you can ask questions from the students. My dear friends, with this, I end my topic, but this is not an end of our journey. This is the beginning. From today, take your time for yourself. Take this not as a challenge, but as an opportunity. This COVID-19, I thank God for giving us this opportunity to be together. Today, we are knowing each other. We are meeting various peoples on webinars. This is possible due to COVID-19. We are gaining skills. We are being with our family. We are giving genuine time to them. And we are developing ourselves. Keep developing. Have a great time, full of productivity and good vibes. Thank you for the patience that you had shown.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, sir. You can ask question. Hello. Yes.
As the lecture was very good, the presentation she has given is excellently. But my question is, we cannot implement. Can we implement or we cannot implement all the techniques what madam has told in all the subjects in all the classes daily? So once and twice based on the topic, based on the subjects. For example, in the role play or some group or any such type of subjects we can implement, but technical type of subjects if we try to do in daily, we cannot meet our curriculum as per the schedule. Is that right,
Yeah,
madam?
I know, sir. Yeah, yes, sir. You are absolutely true. I'm not asking you to use it daily, but wherever possible, you
Yes,
can
yes.
make use of. We can make use of videos in some lecture. We can make use of PowerPoint slides. We can show pictures. Today, the teacher is always taking a chalk or a duster with her.
Okay.
And this is modern era. The students don't like this. You can create new things. Okay, if you can't, in technical, you can't use it every day, but the same lecture can be created in a video and that could be shared with students. So if it is a difficult topic, it will become easy for a student to have an access for it as and when they require. At least that we can make about. I know it's difficult to implement everywhere, but slowly and steadily we can develop. There are certain school who teaches students in this way. I know there are certain subjects, like if practically we have to show them chemical reactions, we can't ask them to do at home without our guidance, without our support. So that's a right point you had noted. And the same thing I was saying, that never do this every day, but try and do whenever possible. Thank you. I hope so. I had given the right answer for your question. Any other questions? You're
Ma'am.
always
Thank you.
welcome. Yeah.
I'm Deepa from NGM College, Computer Science Department.
Yeah,
And your
welcome, Deepa.
lecture was, very informative and it encouraged us today. And I have a question.
Thank you so much for your compliment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a question. What's the perspective of yours in about self-learning and someone teaches us? Which is the best?
Of course, nobody can replace the value of a teacher. Self-learning is like a support to your teaching. But teachers should always be there to guide and motivate. Suppose I'm learning and I'm stuck somewhere. I need a support and guidance of someone. And that someone is nobody but a teacher. I told that everybody is teacher in some or the other way. They teach us with some good experience. They give us good or bad experience, and experience is always a good teacher. So a teacher has to be present to teach their student, and that is the best way. But the other skills, like giving them some written materials which they can have an access any point of time through WhatsApp, through the media available, having Zoom sessions where you can personally talk to them and clear their doubts. Of course, in presence, clearing the doubt is the best way. But make use of modern technologies too to make your teachings more fruitful. Thank you. Yes.
Thank you.
Are you satisfied with the answer?
Yeah, please. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Any other question? Participants, any other questions? Arul sir?
Sir, if no questions, sir, if no questions, means we can end the session.
Yes, ma'am.
So before ending the session, I would also like to thank the overall team of organizers, especially NGM College, Kanakraj sir, and Veerakumar sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you a lot. Thanks from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. Now the session is officially over. The participants can quit the session and they can complete their assignment by